Welcome to Summarize Science. Have you ever been denied a loan, a credit card, or even a job by an automated system? It's frustrating, especially when you don't know why. A field of AI called algorithmic recourse tries to solve this by giving you a roadmap to success. It essentially says, if you increase your income by X and lower your debt by Y, you'll be approved next time. But there's a huge problem. The bank or company can update its AI model at any time. This means all your hard work to follow their advice could be for nothing because the rules of the game have changed. Researchers call this the robust recourse problem, finding advice that is robust or resilient to these model changes. Previous attempts to solve this were not guaranteed to find the best or optimal solution and could often result in very costly suggestions for the individual. In this paper, researchers from Drexel University introduce a brand new algorithm that provably finds the optimal robust recourse. Their key insight was to consider a more realistic and constrained type of model change. Think of it like this. Instead of preparing for a world where every single rule might change a little, their method prepares for a world where only a few rules are likely to change, which is often closer to reality. And the results are staggering. This table compares the price of recourse, or the total cost to the user, from their new algorithm against older methods. Their algorithm, ALG1, shown in the first row, consistently has the lowest cost, which is highlighted in bold. In some cases, the advice from other methods was over 3,000% more costly than the optimal advice found by this new algorithm. They also looked at the trade-off between the cost to implement the changes and the validity, or likelihood that the advice will actually work. In these graphs, a curve that is higher and further to the left represents a better deal, and their algorithm, shown in red, clearly outperforms the others. It gives you a much higher chance of success for a much lower cost. Another fascinating finding is about sparsity. Their algorithm tends to suggest changing a much smaller number of your features. So instead of needing to change your income, savings, and job status, it might find an optimal path that only requires you to focus on one or two of those things, making the advice more actionable. So let's recap the key points. This research provides a new, provably optimal algorithm to give people advice on how to overturn an undesirable algorithmic decision. This advice is significantly cheaper, more likely to succeed, and requires changing fewer personal attributes compared to prior methods. The future implications are huge for fairness and transparency in AI. It means we can build systems that don't just say no, but instead provide a realistic, low-cost, and reliable pathway to a yes. That's all for this episode of Summarize Science. Thanks for watching.